Mind if I ask, what does that mean?
Thank you for asking, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I am with Dallas 1 p.m., which was the time that the assassination of JFK was announced by Walter Cronkite, famously. The president was pronounced dead in Dallas at 1 p.m. So that's the organization. Look us up on Facebook and YouTube and all that. Back and to the left is in the vicinity of the grassy knoll. This is the grassy knoll here. And this X marks the spot where JFK was assassinated. If you watch the Zapruder films, you can clearly see that JFK's head goes back to the left. So this is to remind people of what they've actually seen and experienced, because we live in a subliminal world, and if you hear something 3 or 4 times, even if it's an absolute falsehood or a lie, your brain's a computer. So if it hears it on a TV news and in a magazine and through a friend, it hears it 3 times, and that testament in your brain as a computer just stores that information.
Where was Abraham?
So it's very important too, right here.
Zapruder was standing right here. But how come in the picture, how come in the Zapruder film, there's a sign blocking his car? Where's that sign now?
You know, there's a lot of little oddities about it that there was like where they repaved part of the road and things.
Oh, they did.
But those are kind of small things to me. To me, I like to focus on the obvious, and the obvious is that John F. Kennedy's head went back and to the left.
Doesn't it go forward first?
If there's any question at all to the direction that John F. Kennedy's head went, all you have to do is watch the following frames and watch his lovely wife follow him back over the limousine onto the trunk.
Correct.
Okay. She was later quoted to say, "I was scooping up my husband's brains."
Were you there that day?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. No, I was not there that day, but you know, I love researching and just beautiful people and real things. And so that's really what she said, was that she was scooping it. She was explaining her panic and her, terror. But that's literally what she said. So his brains went freaking back and to the left. That's what it means. His brains went that way.
So where was Abraham Zapruder standing?
I'm not a genius. I'm not educated, nothing. But
how do you know so much about this?
To know that if his head, he was here and his head went back into the left to such an extent that his wife was picking his brain, scooping it up, they definitely went back to the left.
How do you know? Can I ask you something?
More than likely, just as there were 20 people right here testifying that they saw the shots, they saw the
Can I ask you something? How do you know so much about this?
I just research it. I just enjoy truth and, history and knowing what's really going on.
Have you ever called anyone up and told them this? Like, I know what happened?
Well, no. I mean, I guess friends, but...
No, but you ever think about calling the FBI, say, maybe call the FBI and say, I figured out what happened?
Well, no, I'm not going to call the FBI, but if you want to, call them up. I'll sit here with you.
Do you think it was a conspiracy?
I don't think it was. It was absolute.
Who did it?
At least this extent. See, I'm not here to go into all the details. I'm here to show you one thing.
I want to get to the bottom of this.
Well, that's fine.
That's why we came here.
Well, you're in the right place. I mean...
Was it the CIA?
There are several theories.
Cubans? Mafia?
There are several theories, and they all tend to make sense.
Was Oswald involved?
Well, he was involved at least to the extent of being a patsy. I mean, there's
no question. Was he a CIA agent?
Probably, yes.
And it was Jack Ruby sent to kill him by the Mafia.
Some things are obvious.
Yeah, so was Jack Ruby in on it? He was in on the conspiracy?
Jack Ruby was Mafia.
He was, okay.
But that's what hopefully if you can connect the dots here.
Okay.
We represent an organization called Peacefully Opposing Tyranny.
Thank
This
you.
afternoon, we're going to go over to the Federal Reserve Bank right over here.
Oh, the Fed.
And the reason why is because John F. Kennedy was not a perfect man. He was far from it.
I agree.
But he did have some good positions on certain things, and one was his concern for the Federal Reserve.
Okay.
And so instead of getting caught up in... I think those things could be a lot of fun and might be very important, but they can also be like a smoke screen to distract you when there are other things to be looking at.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.